Hello everyone and welcome to my streamlit lab. Today I will show you a simple page where you will be able to do some random numbers, to play with random numbers and to display them on the charts with streamlit. Okay, this is a very handful tool and it will create something like that. This page will be created for you by using those notions that I will show you today in today's video. So here, as you can see, I've changed the route and it changed. So let's get started. So firstly, this is a random number function, okay? I've used this code, okay? Let me show you here. This is a lot of text. I will show you. So how I started this, all that. I've run Streamlit. I imported Streamlit as st, okay? And then NumPy random, import random. This library will show us, will generate random numbers. Okay, so this is the, the parameters of the page. So I've set the layout white, and then the title random numbers. Okay, so the title will be shown here, but here it's a different one. I've imported on the Streamlit. So the title will be shown here, okay? So the title, and there is the title, this one here. There is the page title, and then there is the title, the big title, where it's Welcome to my Streamlit lab, okay? It will be shown here. This is the title. So I've done this writing. This will print a straight line, separate, separate divs, okay? So this one here will separate divs. So this is the header, and then there is this one. It's will be created only by typing three under columns of six. Only three times it's display all that. So okay. So now I've put the header. So the header will be with this font. It's a H2, I guess. This one is H1. So yeah, there is the font, the header, and then I have generated narrated random numbers. Okay, through that, this generates random numbers. Okay, from 1 to 5. The 5 is not counted. Okay, so I've generated, and this is the number. It's root 1. Okay, I've done that through concatenations. Okay, this is a concatenation over here. There is the right st. I've used Streamlit as st. So st dot right. This is a random number generated from 0 to 5. Okay. So it would plus str concatenation and then the x, because if I remove the str, it would show an error. It's doing the same function as print. Okay, but it's on the web page. So I've done that, and then I wrote, and this is the code used to generate the random number. This is one here. This is the code to generate the random number. And then there is a function in Streamlit to write code. As you can see here, the code is already on its place. As you can see from NumPy, import random x equal random dot rand int from 0 to 5. So there is a clipboard over here to copy the code. As you can see here, if I come here and press Ctrl plus V, the code will be pasted. Okay. So there's a function for that, and this is the function. I've wrote the code on three under columns. Okay, the three dots, and then three to close them. So this will import also the lines. Okay, so if I make this one here tabulation, it would be shown here as a tabulation, as you can see. Okay, so the tabulation here is important. Keep the structure of the code. So, and then I've done st write code. So st dot code to write the code. I've put it as a parameter. So here I can, for example, make a paragraph, and it will be displayed paragraph. So there's a code over here. So I related to the code. So this is a function that's a receive string as an entry over here, and then the language that you are using on this code. So here I'm using Python. So I wrote Python. So it will uh, language sensitive. It will, for example, this from is written on another color, then import is written on another color. Let me show you. So here, as you can see, you can change the theme. You can change the theme to dark. Okay, this is more clear. Let me show you here from NumPy import random, and then as you can see, there is color change when it's case sensitive. Okay, so the color has changed. So this is a function st.code. It will write it, and then after that, I wrote this line. Same thing, three under column of text over here. Only three, and it will write for us a whole line to separate divs. Okay, this one is by itself, and then this one on another div. So let me show you how this was done. So here, as you can see, I have wrote a head title, this one here, a header, and then I wrote this is an array. So this is the array that has been generated. And then there is this graph of the random numbers generated. Okay. So if I click to change the numbers, as you can see, the numbers will change automatically. Okay. And this has been done through this. This is the header through this function over here. There is x equals random rand int from 0 to 5. As you can see here, the 4 is not included. Okay, so here the maximum value is 4. So from 0 to 5, 5 mean from 0 to 4, and everything is included. Okay, 0 is included, the 4 is included, but the 5 is not included. So I've put 50 numbers. So there is here 50 numbers. It's starting from 0. So the last number will be 49. Okay. So I put through this function here to generate. Let me write it for you. To generate random numbers. So from 0 to 4. Okay. The last one is excluded, and it will generate 50 numbers. Okay, so it will generate 50 numbers. There's a random rand int, and now I've put here two columns. As you can see, there is this one by itself, and there is the code under it, and then there is this one by itself and the code under it. As you can see, the size are different over here. Okay, the size of this one is bigger than this one. How I've done that? Through this function. Okay, I've called it st.columns. I've done this part. I've done it the 2 of the length of the whole line. Okay, 2 of the whole line, and the other one to 5. Okay, 5 of the length of the whole line. So if the whole line was a number, it will be 7. This one took 5, and this one took 2. Okay, I've done this 2 to 5, and then the subheader, as you can see, the subheader means this one here, the subheader of the line. Okay, of this div. Okay, so the subheader is this is the array. Okay, and then I wrote the array on rand x1 or rand c1. Okay, there is here two parameters. As you know, Python can return more than one parameter, not like the other languages, but Python can do it, can return two parameters. So there is here, this one is called rand c1, and then this one is rand c2. So rand c1 dot subheader give this one here, and then rent c1 always dot write c dot write x this one here would write automatically all the column for us. Okay, we don't need to do anything about it. It would write it, and it would write it as like that. Okay, and then there is the rent c2 dot subheader this one here, the subheader. I've done same thing. This is the line chart with an array, and then I wrote the line chart. To draw this chart, I only use this function over here, line chart, and under parentheses x. Okay, this one over here would write for us all this chart, and then there is this one here, this button. It would change, as you can see here. It would change not only that, but also that it would change all the numbers. Okay, all the generated numbers. I have done that. So with the run, how I have done that through this function over here. So this one, I've used it to write the code with this one, with run C1. On this part, I wrote the code. And then with run C2, so hence this change numbers is located on the right side. So I've used this code with rent c2. If st.button, okay, I only use this code. If st.button uh, change numbers, it would return true. Okay, so it will execute this line of code. So when the x is changed over here, everything would be changed. Okay, so including this array. Not only that, but also that. Okay. So I've used this code over here. So and then I wrote the code under it, as you can see here, the code. So I've explained it here. Okay. So yeah, and then the code used language is Python, as I've explained it before. Okay. So and now let's continue. I've done st.write, st.write. So st.write to plot this line over here. And now let's make a 2D array, okay? A 2D array is also simple over here. As you can see, there is the minimum, and then the minimum is 2, and the maximum is 15, okay? It would plot it automatically without doing anything. Also, this one here would be updated automatically. So yeah, it's pretty cool, you see? So how I've done that, so there is the st.write, this one here, as I said to you, and then there is the header. It will print for us this one over here, and then now let's make it to the array. So there is a function that I've used, the random, okay, the z equals this one over here, z equal random dot rand int from 0 to 6. Okay, there is the 5. Okay, there is the number 5 here, as you can see, from 0 to 6. There is the number 5 over here, as you can see. Where is the 5? Here is the 5. There is here 5, and there is 5 over it. So the last one will be excluded. There is no 6 over here. Okay, so yeah, so let's continue from 0 to 5, and then the size of the map, I've put it to, firstly, I put to 5 to 3. This was the default value. And now I've used the select the rows. Okay, this will be modified. Okay, I can remove that and it will work just fine. Okay, so yeah, so let it as it is. So rows equals slider dot select the number of the rows, this one over here. As you can see here, select the number of the rows. I've done that. This slider also has been done through this function over here, st.slider. Select the number of the rows. There is the starting row, the minimum, as you can see here, the minimum is 2. Okay, I can't do less than that. Okay, and there is the maximum is 15. The maximum over here is 15. Okay, and then there is the default value. The default value is set to 5. Also, the default value of the columns is set to 5. Okay, and then I've done this function over here to change the numbers. Okay, to change them. Okay, to generate other numbers. Okay, so I've done that through this function over here. If st.button, this one here, to change the numbers. So to change the numbers, I've done this to change the numbers. I've used this function over here. So st.button change the numbers in both rows and columns. Okay. So z equals random numbers 0, 6, and then the size is 5, 3. Okay. Change rows and columns. So as you can see here, let's try this. As you can see, the numbers are changing. Okay, so yeah, so there is the size from 0 to 6 rand int, and then there is this one over here, the rows and the columns. Okay, so yeah, this one over here should be written here. Okay, this was default. So yeah, then let's make it this way. This one should be removed. Okay, and it would work just fine. So yeah, and then as you can see here, where am I? As you can see here, now there is the columns. The columns that I've written over here. So there's the columns, sd.column. Uh, the columns over there, there is this line of code and this line of code. So it's the same thing as this one over here. It's pretty much the same thing. So I've split it to 5, 8. Okay, 5, 8 columns. Okay, so if it was a line, it will be 13. Okay, so the subheader of the T1, this one over here, of T1 is T1. The subheader, this is the 2D array of random numbers. Okay, there is this one over here, and the other one is this one. So yeah, I've done that also. So as you can see, I couldn't do the separation over here because this one needs to take the whole line, and this one needs to take 2 in order to not be too long, and it would be easy to read. Okay, so I've done the subheader, and then I've done this one here, st.write z to done this array. And then I've done with T2 st.bar chart. For the first one was line chart, as you can see here. Let me show you. It was a line chart to draw this line of chart. Let's hit refresh. To draw the line of chart, and the other one, this one here, will draw line chart, and the last one will draw the bar chart. Okay. So let me show you here. It will draw the line chart. This one here will draw line chart. This is a line chart, and then this is a bar chart. Okay, there is a difference between them. I can draw a bar chart with a line chart. Okay, it is different. So yeah, this is how I've done that. Then there is the code, how I wrote the explanation over here. So yeah, this is how I've made this application. I will share it with you down above the description. I hope you liked the video and enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.